What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. Very excited today to have brand new Texas commitment Keeyan Itejere here on the episode with us. We get to go into his timeline as a player. We get to go into who he is as a player, what he sees on the floor, and we get to go through his recruitment and very quick recruitment and commitment to the University of Texas and Shaka Smart. This is a very interesting story. Very excited for you guys to get to listen to it. Before we get into it, though, we ask if you would please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you would go ahead and give the thumbs up to this video, and leave in the comment section below who your favorite player, who your favorite University of Texas player is of all time. Want to hear that from you, what era, all that type of stuff, what player you enjoyed the best at the University of Texas in the comment section below. After you subscribe, after you like the video. But without further ado, here is Texas commitment, Keeyan Itejere on the Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw. Thank you guys very much. What is going on, everybody? It is Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. I'm very excited to have new Texas commitment Keeyan Itejere on the show with us today. Keeyan, how's it going?
Doing good.
Good, man. Good. It's a lot's happened since the last 2 weeks that we talked when I saw you at the Upward Stars Combine and everything. Now all of a sudden you're committed to one of the top programs in the country and everything. How does it feel?
I mean, it feels great. I'm definitely blessed, all the right paths were placed before me. I just had to take them. I couldn't be any happier with my coaches, my team, my parents. They really supported me through all this and got me to where I am today for sure.
So you've been on a pretty unique path in the fact that you're still somewhat of an unknown type of player. I mean, 2 years ago, you were playing for the Triangle School of Science and Math. Then last year you kind of blew up onto the scene with Grace Christian and all that. How has your path been, and kind of what's this last year like been for you within a growth process, both on and off the court?
I mean, it's been great. Starting off, I guess I wasn't really that good of a player. I would say, I was always on the bench, didn't really contribute anything. And, when I started getting serious around 10th grade, I would say, when I really wanted to start playing basketball for real. And, I would say I developed a lot more. And just the more I developed, the more I learned, the more excited I get to learn more and develop more. And I think that's just how the process has overall been going. So it's very exciting.
So obviously, you've been blessed with incredible physical gifts with your size, your length, your athleticism and stuff. But what was it, would you say, that in your 10th grade year that made you fall in love with the game of basketball and improving?
I mean, I think Coach D was a huge factor. Like, he brought me in, he welcomed me along with the basketball team. They've been really, really big support for me, just giving me a confidence, a boost, showing me some guys that can help me improve, giving me to some really, really great trainers that really love the game of basketball and really love building relationships. So definitely I would say it's been a blessing to be with them.
And you mentioned Coach D, which is Grace Christian head coach DeShannon Morse.
Yes, sir. What
is your relationship like with DeShannon, and how great is it to have somebody in your corner like him?
I mean, it's amazing. He's just a great dude. He does a lot more than I know, and probably more than I'll ever know. Like, he's very humble. He's always doing stuff for me when I'm not, like, whenever I don't, like, I never know what he's doing, but he's always there for me. And it's definitely past basketball. Like, shoot, I'll probably be calling him when I'm 30, or I don't even like it. He's a great person.
Mm-hmm. And you kind of got to sit last year and watch Jalen Gibson go from no offers before the season to 20 plus, and then heading up in the ACC and type of thing. First off, kind of what type of advice and stuff has Jalen kind of given you going through the process of going from unknown to hot commodity? And two, how did being able to watch him go through the process help you in your process?
Well, I would say he definitely inspired me to go for it, because he didn't really start off with much, but he definitely put in the work. He really showed me that work does pay off, and he was able to prove it to everyone. Like, he showed why he's here, why he's playing basketball. Just also going up against him, athlete like him, it really did help me become a better player for sure.
And for those who might not have seen you play before, you're an incredibly exciting player with how you go and your motor and your athleticism. How would you describe your game, and what attributes do you feel like you bring to the floor?
Well, I'd say my strongest part of the game would be my motor.
Mm-hmm.
So just going up and down, defense, and just getting it to the basket. I'd say those are the most things.
So now all of a sudden you're committed to the University of Texas. It happened incredibly quickly. Take us through kind of the processes when they started talking to you and approached you, and then how you went from to being committed there.
So with Texas, I wasn't telling everyone. I was contacting them. It was for a short time, but I was always in contact with him. He was always in contact with me. We were calling, doing Zoom calls, getting to know each other, just building a relationship, and the values he had, definitely I admire. Like, when I was talking to him, it definitely reminded me of Coach D, and I feel like I just knew it was the right fit for me when I was talking.
So you didn't necessarily fall in love with basketball until a year or so ago, really diving into it and getting into the recruiting process. Did you know kind of who Shaka Smart was prior to this whole thing and kind of the whole big thing surrounding him?
To be honest, not really, because I didn't really watch much college basketball or anything. I'd say, like, I really just play it. I don't watch it too much, but I definitely, when I feel like, oh, let me go see their recruit me, let me go watch them. It's always great to see these players that I would say are better than me, more experienced than me, just see how I would fit in.
And then obviously Shaka is an incredibly charismatic person. You talk with him and it's like you've known him for forever. Yeah. What was it like kind of on the phone with him and through the process? And then also, what was his recruiting pitch to you? Like, how do they expect you to come in and play, and what are they looking forward to you doing?
I would say, like, when I was very surprised when he called me, because he reached out to me directly, introduced himself, said he was really interested in me, and from there, we just started building a relationship. For what he was saying, like, how I'd fit in, I'd be doing the role that I usually do in high school, but obviously he would help me get it to that next level, jump shots, layups, defense, getting it to the next level, which I feel he could definitely do. And so I put my trust in him.
Obviously you're not able to take visits and do all that type of stuff though, but have you ever been to Austin, Texas before, the actual city and the town and everything?
I haven't, but most of my family have, just because we have extended family out there. But it's great. So.
I'm about to say, I'm sure they've had very positive things to say about it. It's a great city.
Yeah, it's just big.
So now that you're already committed, that's out of the way and everything, what are your goals moving forward?
I would say, to come to that college prepared, ready to play. I would say just keep on improving to the point where, I can compete with the higher schools. I feel like that's the most important goal for me right now.
And then heading into next year, provided that we do end up having a basketball season coming up, what type of Keeyan Itejere can we expect on the floor, and what can we expect you to bring to the table?
Shoot, I mean, we'll have to see this season, but definitely I've been working on my game. I definitely feel confident that I'll be able to impact. Especially we have great players coming over to Grace, and I think helping my team also with to get to their next step is also very important. But for this season, I feel like I'll have a good impact.
And how big is it for the Grace community, or how cool is it to be a part of this Grace community that doesn't have a very deep basketball tradition? Coach Morse comes in, and now all of a sudden you're playing in the biggest events. You're playing in the John Wall type tournaments and all that. You're putting a kid at NC State. You're putting a kid at Texas, and now building these expectations, and you're building this legacy. What does that mean for the Grace community, and kind of how does it feel to be a part of that?
I mean, it's really shocking because like I was thinking, while we were riding back from the game, like, wow, we're really like doing this. Like the program's going up. It's starting to get serious. With just a great coach. That's all it took. To get kids in the right direction. We started becoming really close. Just a strong relationship leads to better team chemistry, and definitely it's just really great to be part of this program. Everyone's supportive. The whole Grace community, even outside of basketball, they're always with us. So it's great.
And now all of a sudden you're a hot commodity. I mean, before this, I mean, you're getting offers left and right, double figure and stuff. Now all of a sudden you're committed to Texas. I'm sure that tons of media people that you've never even heard of before contacting you and getting all that stuff. How have you been kind of taking that all in to be a hot commodity now, to be a wanted man on the interview circuit and all that stuff?
I mean, to be honest, like I try not to think about it too much and do what I do, because what they do, I try not to have it affect me too much, even like to the point where it might, bring my game down or make me look down on myself. Just but I mean, it obviously is great because it's always great to have like an influence in a way to try and be positive in any way possible, and show people that.
And then kind of wrapping things up here, you mentioned that it's always great to have an influence and be positive and everything. What type of message, what type of influence are you looking for yourself to have?
I would say like the most important thing is that, I was presented this opportunity. I would say, God gave me this chance, for sure. He set all the right roads for me to go down. And the only thing for me to do is, use it. I was given this talent, so, just give it my all with it. And I think that's the most important thing.
That's awesome, man. It's been super exciting to watch your growth, even when you were at Triangle Science and Math, to what you did last year to what you're even doing now. And I can't wait to see the exciting future that's ahead of you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for reaching out to me.
Man, absolutely. Thanks for these couple minutes. Thanks for taking a little bit of time here and everything. And guys, thank y'all very much for tuning in here for newest University of Texas commitment, Keeyan Itejere. I am Jamie Shaw on the Absolute Basketball Experience, and we will see you next time.